Welcome. We are here today for the latest edition of Lowcountry Money Talk with our financial guru, Phil Bloyd. I am Betsy McDaniel in for Jessa Jeremiah today. It's nice to see you, Phil.
Good to see you, Betsy.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is my first time getting to chat with you. So
we're going to have fun today.
We are going to have fun.
Yes.
I'm really excited to jump into this. And, you know, one of the things I know you talk about, it's kind of a running theme, but is kind of some of the fears that we have, especially for retirees down here and in today's economy.
Sure.
So, you know, let's kind of touch on the latest in the economy.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, maybe how we can help alleviate some of the fears of running out of money
Sure.
for retired.
Well, Betsy, that's one of the biggest fears, especially for retirees, is the fear of living longer than your money.
Right.
And you've probably heard the joke that says, hey, I want the day I die, I want my last check to bounce. So I want to spend all of my money. I don't want to leave any for the kids. Some people may want to, but especially when we're running through this economic times that we're in today.
Yeah.
We've got inflation of 8.5%. We've got the market down. It's up and down, but mainly down. We have to do mandatory distribution. So we might say, well, I don't want to take any withdrawals from my IRA or whatever at this time, but I have to because the government makes me. Of course, we could reinvest those funds.
Right.
But if we do that, that's less the money that we had to pay in taxes. And we don't like to cash in investments when the market's low because then those funds won't be around to recover.
Right.
So these are some of the concerns, and public speaking is the second largest fear. So we'll try to do some of that today too.
Yeah, we're going to do a little of both.
Okay.
We're going to be a little afraid for our investments, and
Sure.
we're going to do some public speaking.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, well, how do we kind of mitigate that then? Do we, as you mentioned, do we reinvest because it's a lower market
Sure.
and dollar cost average into that, or do we kind of hold tight? How do we diversify? What are we doing?
The best thing, Betsy, a lot of people say, hey, I'm really scared. So they're the deer in the headlight. They just kind of freeze. I'm not doing anything. I'm not leaving the house. I'm not buying any food. I'm going to starve, whatever it may be.
I'm not driving anywhere.
Well, that could be good down here, maybe, especially with the rain. Okay, but what we want to do is we want to take and we want to make some lemonade.
Yeah.
So we were told if life serves you up some lemons, maybe we can make lemonade. So there's some things that we can do to take advantage of this. So people are like, what? I thought I was supposed to be afraid and this and that. Let's be emboldened. Let's take the bull by the horns. Let's do something. So one thing we may look in at this particular time is how about we could save some money in taxes?
That's a great idea.
Do you like
loves
taxes?
That idea. No, I don't think anybody
I haven't
does.
met anybody. Maybe a couple people that work for the government or something.
I don't know.
Not too many. Even they don't like paying taxes. So, when I'm doing events, Betsy, I usually ask the crowd, I'm like, how many of you think that income taxes will go up in the future? Every person in the room raises their hand.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay, what are you doing to make sure that you take advantage of the tax rates today? And they're not doing anything because they're afraid, because they're frozen. They're the deer in the headlights.
Don't know what to do.
So what do we do?
Yeah.
Well, there's several things we can do. So when we have inflation, which is at 8.5% or so, we look at that as a tax.
Right.
Because we have to take more out of our savings because chicken costs more, food costs more, gas costs, everything, electric bills cost more, everything costs more.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, what if we can do some things now to save in taxes? So that's something that it'll take a little bit more than this segment. So I think maybe in the next segment, we'll start up with that.
Okay.
But just kind of to prep that a bit. If we can save money in taxes when the market is down, at least we're taking advantage of the downturn in the market instead of just doing nothing.
Yes.
So one way we can do is by repositioning the way that we hold our assets. If we have a lot of taxable assets, say in an IRA, those are all, every penny I take out there I have to pay income tax on. I can change that. I can settle up the taxes now. We'll talk about that in the next segment.
Okay, well, I'm really excited for the answer. So you got to come back because we're going to learn how to save on taxes. So come back. We'll be back in just a second.